First, let's talk about stage. This unelected body, group of bureaucrats, group of people who think that they are the only experts in the matters of science and medicine. And we don't really need to hear from the other external scientific experts, because that's all you need. Just a group of people, part of SAGE. The government and politicians should just listen to them. There's no competition of thoughts or advice. Now, what these guys want to do, ideally speaking, because some of them are control freaks, they want their advice to be completely accepted by politicians, by ministers and government, without being questioned. Some of the advice goes slightly against not just democracy, but a fundamental of our constitution in this country, because it's about the fundamental rights of the people of this nation. Now, they don't really like self-determination, especially people like Suzanne Michie or Mickey, because people pronounce it differently. If you know, leave a comment under the video to see how you pronounce his name. But she's part of SAGE. She's also part of the independent SAGE, the fake SAGE. Now, Suzanne is responsible for the community that deals with behavioral science. Now, behavioral and psychological science is a big field, and it's quite broad. People have different opinions, there are different sides to it. But one fundamental thing about it is they understand human behavior. No, she doesn't, because she came on TV to advocate for the UK population to wear face masks and socially distance forever.
Vaccines are a really important part of the pandemic control, but it's only one part. Test, trace and isolate system, border controls are really essential. And the third thing is people's behaviour. That is the behaviour of social distancing, of when you're indoors, making sure there's good ventilation, or if there's not, wearing face masks, and hand and surface hygiene. We'll need to keep these going in the long term, and that will be good not only for but also to reduce other.
So when you say long term, sorry to interrupt, Professor Mickey. Jen, when you say long term, what do you mean by that? How long? Very quickly.
I think forever, to some extent, because.
Why didn't you say that? Oh gosh, forever. Okay, let me ask.
So funny. Yeah, forever. Why not? I understand behavioral science. Let's just do it forever. Let's just, dictate people, tell people what to do. Let's get politicians to sign a document and, create a law. So just, people won't be able to change their mind. You'll force them forever. And it's a funny thing to just force them to wear face masks and socially distance. Not that it's going to affect people's psychological behavior. It's not also going to affect the economy, right? Everything's going to be normal. Everything's going to be fine. These things don't change behavior, because Susan Michie is an expert. So she knows better than us. This is absolutely embarrassing. There's a reason that people are getting sick and tired. A lot of people who are still, until recently, in favor of these lockdown measures, because they put their faith and trust in the program and the immunity that was being created, the vaccination program that the government forced us to do, and everything else around it. People went along. And if they decide to do things like this, even those people who, in the opinion polls, have been in favor of the measures will change their mind. And we will see on the 21st of June what the government decides and how people will react, because we are now hearing that nightclubs, a number of nightclubs, are considering to open their doors on the 21st of June, even if the government pushes back the date for lifting the lockdown restrictions.